Here's what they... You know, when we have a co-host on the show, you know that we always try to find out as much as we can about you and bring on people that are of interest to you, and we try to pursue your interests throughout the week.
Yes.
Or throughout the day, whatever the case may be.
Yes.
And we have somebody, I'm told, that you're very close to.
Well, when I...
Related to, in fact.
Well, when I was told I was going to co-host and I could bring on whoever I wanted, you know, everyone said, oh, take me, take me. And one of my relatives sort of yelled real loud and strong, and...
A relative?
Yes, and she said to me, you know, I really want to become an actress. And I thought, well, it might be nice to give her a little exposure.
What's the relationship?
I'd like to introduce my niece.
Oh, your niece?
Yes.
Okay. Would you welcome Linda's niece to our show?
Auntie Linda.
This is really my aunt, and nobody knows this.
No,
You're
not
the
even
first
Rona.
ones to know.
You really are?
We are really related.
What a secret you guys...
Isn't that
you,
fun?
You,
We can
wanna
have
sit-
secrets?
You want to sit down?
Sure.
You know what knocks me out? The transformation that you ladies make. You see you coming in the building, and then you see them
Looking
coming
like
out on the air.
schlocks.
No.
You don't tell that. You're not supposed to tell that.
No, but no, you look wonderful this morning, but you look even better now.
Came
you
in.
look good without makeup.
Thank you.
You really do. Now, is this the first time anybody knows that Lindsay
knows.
Wagner?
Did anybody know we were
is-
related?
Did you know
didn't
in the
know.
audience?
Anybody ever heard that?
No? Everybody knows?
Well kept secret. Who's raising your hand? Oh, you're related too. Get out of here, you.
Can you explain the relationship? I tried to get Linda to do that, but she was...
But I was reluctant because
no,
I didn't
you
know
know.
that you even knew. We were trying to
Well,
keep
you
it
said a
from
relative, and I
everybody.
said, well, what's your
Yes.
niece? And I said, what's the relationship?
My husband is Lindsay's mother's brother.
Yeah.
Got it? I think I
Yeah.
got it right. Right.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes.
Were you there when they got married?
Oh, yes. All 13 years of me was there.
And what, were you a flower girl or what?
Just kind of hiding in the corner. I was very shy then.
Were you into acting then, or were you just beginning?
Well, I've always been into acting. I'm just now being paid for it.
Linda was one of the hottest models in the country at that time. She was, yeah, really.
That's
into
how it
that
all
trip.
started for you, too. You started as a model.
I started as a model, and then I quit modeling and when I was 18.
Why did you quit?
I just...
Wasn't fulfilling
It wasn't
enough?
for me, yeah. That's all.
What didn't you like about it?
Well, I was studying acting at the time, so it was difficult because I was studying in all these internal things, and then you get in front of a still camera and everything's external. So it was very,
Yeah.
it was very pulling for what I was doing at the time.
You guys worked together in...
Yeah, finally we got the...
Two Worlds of Jenny Logan, huh?
That nobody
Yes.
knew.
What was that like? Did they know it then when you were shooting the movie that you were related?
Oh, we tried to keep that a secret because we figured they'd... So we're trying to, you know, everybody, you want to expose somebody else for their own talents and not say, hey, I got this great aunt
have
or
a
I got
great
this...
aunt, or-
Yeah, great
Yeah.
niece kind of thing. So, which is one of the reasons that when she really decided to get heavy and serious with her acting, no, there was no... They didn't want to do that.
It was, I want to give you publicly a compliment. Lindsay fought very hard to get me the role because the network didn't want to give me the two parts. There was an old lady and a young lady, and they kindly offered me the young role, and then were very reluctant to give me the old role. And my little niece
remember
came to
talking
my
about that.
rescue and said she will do both, you know, and she really was very firm with the network. So it really gave me a lot of confidence, and I really respected it tremendously.
We have a
She
photo.
carried it off.
We have a photo of the
You
two
got
of you
it?
together on the
Great.
picture. We're going to show it. It's on the easel. Now, would you believe that is Lindsay and that is Linda?
Can I tell you, you can't see it at the bottom, actually, but Linda
What
autographed
did she
this
say?
picture of us together, and it says, look what being in your family has done for me. It's my very own autographed picture of my...
Without moisturizer. Keep it up.
Lindsay, you just did a mini-series, and I know they've sold millions of copies of the book Scruples. And you obviously knew about you had read the book and everything, so it's exciting to do something like that, isn't it?
Well, yeah, because I got to do the transition from a young, overweight girl who was not very attractive, who had very little self-esteem.
Did you have anything to draw from on that? Did you have that problem as a kid? Did you go through?
Not a whole lot. Yeah. Not a whole lot. I was very overt, personality-wise, when I was a kid. I was very shy in other ways about letting people know what was going on inside of me, but I was very edited. My sister, on the other hand, was very shy in every way. I have a little sister, and she, not so little anymore, but, and so her whole shyness and that whole, kind of always like this, you know, she's grown up now, out and look out world, but she helped me. She helped me a little bit with that role and gave me a couple of lines to change that were right on with being very shy and kind of not wanting anybody ever to see she was around.
Do you remember any of them? Can you pick it?
Well, she used to eat a lot more than she should have, you know, before. And I asked her one day, I said, Randy, I'm having a hard time with this. Could you help me? Because remember, can you think back when you were very shy and going through that whole stage? And she said to me, I said, the scene I was doing was where I was eating cookies and just shoving them in my mouth.
Dunking them? Were you dunking them?
No, I was picking at them with my fingers.
You can go faster.
Cleaning my fingernails.
You go much faster if you dunk them, in case you ever need any help.
Swallow it.
Yeah.
Right? And she said, and when my aunt says to me in the scene, my auntie, much older auntie in the show, said, she said, you know, those cookies are she says they're very fattening, and the line written was, oh, I know they're fattening, but I don't care, and kind of a whole expository answer, giving the internal essence of this character. And it just seemed too on the nose. It seemed too expository to me. I said, Randy, what would you have said to Mom? Like, think back 4 or 5 years ago, you know, when you were into that. And she sat there and she just looked at me. And I said, okay, pretend I'm Mom and pretend you're you then. Right? And I said, what would you say? Mom said to you, Randy, you know, those cookies are very fattening. She said, so? And I said, that's it. That's perfect.
That's exactly
it tells
what a
everything
teenager
how
would
you
have
feel
said
about
to-
yourself. You know, it says, so I don't care. It says, don't approach me on that. It says all that, you know, and I'm too shy and I don't want to hear another word.
Been through all this before.
No discussion. What can you say to so? I mean, it was perfect. And I got like a hook on the whole character from that.
Oh, that's wonderful. We have a clip. Now, they're going to air this in February, aren't they?
Yes.
On-
This is
on
after
this-
I'm grown
on
up
CBS.
now and become the lady that I become at some point.
We're going to show the
And
clip.
may I just say one thing?
Sure.
I'm at this point meeting the fellow that I fell in love with when I was much younger, who hurt me very badly and wanted to really marry me for the money he thought I had, which I did not. And I haven't seen him for many years, and I've been through marriage, and now I'm very wealthy in my own right, and I see him for the first time, and he approaches me with this dialogue.
Okay, roll it, Terry, please. Scruples.
You hate me, don't you, Billy?
No. I did. I must admit that I did, but I am almost grateful to you now. Because if I'd had money then, you would have married me, and I would have become just another one of the dull young countesses. And I would have lived my life in sort of a French version of Boston. The food, the clothes would have been a little better, but that's all. I wouldn't have liked that life, Edouard, nor the woman I would have become. And I do like my life now. I'm very happy with who I am.
I'm very glad for you, Billy. I'm glad also that you finally come to see that I was right.
Right about what?
You've forgotten your Lord Byron. Man's love is of man's life a thing apart. It is woman's whole existence. Billy, a man has other considerations he must honor first. Well, perhaps now, if you understand that, we might resume our relationship on a more realistic level. Oh, Billy, darling.
Now we have made things right, Edouard. You may leave.
We'll be right back. Linda Gray and Lindsay Wagner right after this. We met Lindsay on the way in the building this morning, which seldom happens. I never see any of my guests usually on the way, and you got here early.
Early? Well, I got a lot of work to do on this mug.
You told me something very interesting, which I wish you'd tell again if you
Oh,
don't
my
mind
good luck
about your
charm.
sister. You
Yeah,
have a
my
good-
sister is my good luck charm in my career. She has been for a long time. She, okay, story began. The origin of the Bionic Woman, I would not have done that role if it hadn't been for my sister. She was, at that time, what, 13? Was it 13? Something like that. And The $6 Million Man was one of her favorite shows. And I was reading the script. I was under contract at Universal. They sent me the script in which they created the Bionic Woman. And I said, I'd never even seen The $6 Million Man. And I'm reading this, what is this? People jumping over buildings and things. I mean,
You hadn't seen it?
No, I'd never seen it. And so they sent me the script to become the Bionic Woman, right? And I'm talking to my mother on the phone, and just as I finished the script, she called, and I'm talking, and she said, well, are you doing any work? And I said, no, but I sure got this weird script in the mail, and they want me to do the story because it's one. I explained it. She said, oh, that must be $6 Million Man. I said, oh, you watch the show? She said, it's Randy's favorite show. Randy's my sister. And gave her a boy's name because I had one, too. I insisted she have a boy's name. And so I looked at the start date on the show, and it was her birthday. And she said, Lindsay, are you going to be the Bionic Woman? And I said, well, I don't think. She said, oh, do you know what that would mean to her, for you to be the Bionic Woman? And I said, you're kidding, really? She said, yeah. I said, well, okay, I'll read it again. I read it again. I thought, well, why not? So I'll bring her down to California, and on her birthday, I'll start the show and do the Bionic Woman, because at that time, it was just supposed to be a, just a two-part.
And you physically started on her birthday?
On her birthday. We physically started the show on her birthday. So I brought her down, and then you know the rest, right? The show became a series, and so on and so on. So I'll do my little good luck charm. Well, now it's 2 years later, and we're filming The Bionic Woman. And I called her for her birthday. I said, why don't you come down and be on my show? And she said, oh, really? And I said, yeah. I said, well, you can be one of the kids in my classroom, because I was a teacher as well. And she said, okay, I'd like to do that. And I said, all right, come on down. So she came down, and we surprised her. Now, again, it's her birthday. So she arrives on her birthday, and the next day we start to film.
But didn't you have to do a test of some kind?
Well, we didn't have to. I told her.
But you told her.
Yeah, so she got there on her birthday, gets off the plane. She's 15 at this point, right? It's her 15th birthday. And I said, now, Randy, I said, you realize, of course, we're going to have to do a screen test on you. She said, a what? And I said, a screen test. She said, a screen test. And I said, yeah. I said, that's okay. Everybody has to do it before you go on television. Everyone has to. She said, oh, my God. So I said, okay, the hairdresser and makeup, they'll fix you up. And just sit there and talk. That's all I have to do. She said, okay. She's just starting to come out of her shy stage now, right? And so she sat her down, and as a matter of fact, I happen to have the film clip here with me.
I've never seen the
And
screen test.
so
Have any of you ever seen the screen
we're
test?
going to show the film clip of Randy's 15th birthday. We said,
Oh,
this was
my
her screen test.
gosh.
She doesn't know that we even remember it's her birthday, right? And here, do we have the clip?
Yeah, we have
Okay,
it.
we'll take a look, and then I'll finish the story after.
Okay, roll it, Terry.
What's your name?
Randy,
Randy. And where do you live, Randy?
in Oregon.
In Oregon? Pretty up there this time of year?
It's snowy.
Oh, gorgeous. Bring some down. We need it down here. How old are you?
14
And when's your birthday?
today.
Today? Action, Jim.
She was
it's
crying. She
wonderful.
couldn't even talk.
Now.
So, the story goes on. I filmed the show. She's on my show. And the show that my sister was on with me is the show that I won the Emmy for.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And it was just, what
More
a
good luck.
wonderful, exciting experience. A good luck, plus the experience was just so
Sure.
much fun. So now it's a couple of years later, and she's going to be 17, right? And we're talking about, well, come on down to California for your birthday. Getting hip to this process now. I say I got to bring her down every couple of years to give my career a boost, right? and so we're talking about it. We're up in Oregon at this point. At Christmas time, we talked about it, and she said, okay. And it wasn't but a few days after we talked about bringing her down for Christmas when I get a call from Sylvester Stallone to play the female lead in his new film.
Oh, isn't that nice?
And
Oh,
she isn't even in
wonderful.
California yet, right? So that's what, I'm starting that in February. His new film. Right now it's called Attack. I don't know what the...
The Tack?
Attack.
Attack.
ATAC. But it may change names by the time it goes on. But anyway, so we said that, and plus Scruples is coming on, so I thought, well, we bring her down, and she's here in the audience today. And I just want to say thank you, Randy, so much for being my sister, and happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Moment. Did we get a picture of your beautiful mom?
I hope so.
Did we get your mama again? Because you see where all the good looks come from. If you see Lindsay's mama, boy, is she pretty.
Wow.
Look at that pretty. That always fascinates me. I don't care who it is, whether they're into business or out. They always, when I put a camera on them, they always look for the monitor to see how they look. You ever notice? It's almost like we're all religious, saying, "Oh God." My
Since she was 13, so see, that's about 18, that's about 27 years now. No, she was 13 years old. I think 12.
Yeah, more like 11 or 12.
Looked about the same way she does now.
And you were, did she babysit for you? Was that how?
Right, and I didn't, she used to babysit for us, and I didn't have no kids at the time. No, yeah, she did. I've known Lindsay a long time, and I'm very